Hey everyone, thanks for joining Copact's Dynamic Duo series, where results are guaranteed. Today I have the pleasure of having Ali Seishel on, Fox Talent Solutions founder and principal recruiter. Ali, how's it going?
Hi, Zach. Going good. Thanks for having me.
I love it. Well, just so everyone knows, we are both Philadelphians, so we are both still very happy from the Eagles Super Bowl win. So you'll get a very cheery conversation today.
That's right.
Awesome. Well, I always love to start these conversations with just a little bit about your background, your journey, and what led you to building Fox Talent Solutions.
Yeah, so I've always been passionate about connecting the right people with the right opportunities. I've spent my career in human resources and recruiting, and I always moved towards recruiting because I really liked helping businesses find the right people and helping the right people find the right job. And I worked in healthcare organizations for the start of my career. I spent some time at some pretty big organizations in the area. I also spent some time at Amazon prior to founding Fox Talent Solutions, and I really got to see firsthand how challenging and time consuming hiring is for companies. So, my goal for Fox Talent Solutions is to simplify that process and offer a high touch service and a strategic approach to hiring. And at Fox Talent Solutions, we really don't just fill roles, but we really foster relationships with the businesses that we help. So it's been a really fun journey taking my passion and bringing it to life with Fox Talent Solutions.
That's amazing. Those are the founder stories I resonate and love with the most, so I appreciate it. Quick question for you. I mean, it's an interesting, I would say, talent market right now with AI coming in, layoffs, changes, and dynamics. In your past, have you contributed to of the leading factor? If you had to pick one factor for a successful hire, is it the recruiting process? Is it the onboarding process? What element of what you do you think drives the most success?
Yeah, that's a really good question. The landscape of recruiting has changed so much in the past couple years. And I think the most important thing is really understanding the business and what it is that they're looking for and asking the right questions to pull that out of the hiring team so that you really understand what it is. Gone are the days of just reading a job description. You really have to ask the right questions to understand the team dynamic. What do they need? What's going to work for not just the functional skills of the person they need to bring in, but also the company culture, understanding what that fit looks like. And it's also really important to me that the candidates that we're placing and that we build relationships with on the candidate side also have a really good understanding of the role that they're going into and that they know what success looks like for them and how they can bring their skills to make that company successful as well. So it has to be a good match. And also communication, it sounds simple, but communication is huge. At Fox Talent Solutions, we really make sure that we represent ourselves as a piece of the business that we're helping find talent for. So it's really important the customer experience of those candidates that are interviewing with us, that they understand they have a good experience in the hiring process and that it's a good match both on the candidate side and the business side.
I love that point. I think it's such a great thing to bring up of people are so expectation focused. You beat it by a dollar, everyone's happy. You miss it by a dollar and everyone's really upset. And in the talent world I've found the more transparent that I've been about the role, the true struggles and the opportunity, the better candidate that I find and ultimately the better successful relationship. So I think that you hit home on that communication piece is very critical.
Yeah, and you have to give people a realistic expectation of what the role is. We have to be able to sell that to the candidates that we're putting through the interview process.
Well, you've hit on this a little bit, but I want to give you an opportunity to talk about yourself and Fox Talent Solutions, kind of your mission and your expertise. You know, you look back at this endeavor in 5, 10, 15, 20 years. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to be known for in the market?
Yeah, really two things. We want to help businesses grow by finding them the best talent. I know firsthand how hard that is as a business owner to have all these goals and not have the right people in place to get those to reach those goals. It's really challenging. And then on the other piece, it's really the candidates. I've networked with a lot of great people out there that are in a position where they're looking for that right fit, and that's important to us too. So it's really a personalized consultative approach, not just in the businesses that we're helping, but also the candidates that we're working with to help them find that next role for them. I think as a talent acquisition professional, I take for granted sometimes. I look at resumes all day. I talk to people about their next career goals all the time, but it really is a big decision, a big impactful decision for that candidate and for the businesses. So really making it a personalized, high touch experience and helping those businesses find the best talent and then helping that talent find the right match is really what is important for me as the founder of Fox Talent Solutions.
It's great to hear. And just a little bit more on kind of what's your ICP? Like, who do you want to work with? Who are great businesses that you want to collaborate with at Fox Talent Solutions?
So we really work with small to mid-sized businesses. My goal is to really become like an arm or an extension of their team. So a lot of the companies that we work with don't have in-house talent acquisition, but they have lots of hiring needs, and we come in and fit that need for them. But we also partner really well with large organizations that do have talent acquisition needs, but they're overwhelmed. A lot of the recruitment professionals that I hear, there's so many resumes and not enough time, and they're trying to integrate new systems and AI into the process. So it's really we really focus on the small to mid-sized businesses so that we can have that big impact. But we also do partner really well with talent acquisition teams within large organizations if they just need some extra help.
And just to put myself in the small to medium sized business owners, I've always had a perspective and I've always tried to do it myself in terms of doing my own LinkedIn posts, my own talent outreach. From your perspective and your experience, what is leading me to have less success than working with a partner like Fox Talent Solutions? Lots of entrepreneurs think they can do it themselves. Why is it worth investing in a talent arm and a talent partner?
That's a really good question because I also understand the needs and the overhead of starting and running a business and where your goals and your focuses are in terms of funding and things like that. But I truly believe that hiring the right people is the most important investment you can make in your business because you cannot reach your goals if you're trying to do it all yourself or if you have a team that's totally overwhelmed with the amount of work that's there. Hiring really it requires 100% of your attention. I know what it's like to go, I worked in the corporate world for 15 plus years, and I know what it's like to go back to back meetings and have a lot of different things that you need to do. And when you're going from a high impact meeting to an interview, it's really hard to pivot and focus. And that's when I see hiring decisions go wrong. So it's really a set aside service where you can have someone who's experienced in hiring and make that process easier and faster and effective because you have someone who's focused on it. And it really does need 100% of focus, not just for making the right hiring decisions, but also for the people who you're interviewing to have a good experience with your company. Because a lot of times I hear from candidates that they don't have the best experience because someone wasn't paying attention or seemed preoccupied or never got back to them. And we really take care of that whole process. It's really a white glove service to take care of that whole process for you so that you can focus on running your business and we can find you the best talent.
That's a great point. And I know lots of entrepreneurs, including myself, like to think we can handle and juggle so many hats. But no matter what, you have to admit when you're juggling that many hats, there's no way you're doing the absolute best job. So if you're going to cut short somewhere, talent's probably not the place you want to do it. So I think that's a great point to emphasize.
Yeah.
With that, let's bring it home for people in terms of do you have a really great success story that you'd want to showcase to? I think most of our audience is more small to medium sized business. So maybe a success story that you want to showcase of how Fox Talent really brought a ton of value as a partner.
Yeah, we had a great client. It was a very well established, busy law firm, and they had several roles that they were looking to fill. And this was really fun because it was more than one position. It wasn't just, a one off executive role. We really got to immerse ourselves into the company culture and we helped them fill an administrative role, an office administrator, and a couple paralegals. And this really helped the function of their office, not only administratively to make sure all the different things, the phones, the billing, everything kept happening, but also to support the attorneys who do very complex work. And it was fun to get to know the team really well and hire multiple people and still continue to see, now we're a year later and see the success that they're having. It was really great to find the right fit for their culture and their workflow.
That's a great story. Probably, not the quote unquote sexiest talent hire, but something critical to the operations of the business. And I love that you truly came in as the partner and that you're still around, still working with them. One thing that we like to talk a lot about on this podcast specifically is how do you measure success? What metrics and KPIs are you looking at? And how does Fox Talent Solutions think about your impact or your results guarantee with clients?
Yeah, that's a really good question because the impact and the results are really important. And when it comes to talent, you're looking at a couple things, right? Like you look at time to fill, time to start, and that can vary depending on the role, but that's really important. We make sure we're fast and efficient so that as soon as we get the role from time to fill, time to start, that that's happening quickly. And then we look at the performance impact of the people that are there. We make sure that our clients are satisfied. We check in, see how things are going, not just with the client, but also the candidate as well. And we look at long-term retention of the people that we place. It's really important that it's not just about filling a role for us, it's about how they're adding value to the company. And that's why we do the follow-up on our placements. And we also like to take feedback. So how can we adjust our strategy if we need to next time around? We're always learning and open to doing things differently to make sure that our clients see the ROI of working with us. But the long-term retention, time to fill, and the client satisfaction is a big piece of the work that we do.
I think that's so different than the traditional model. And I think that is what will continue to help and hopefully continue to help you differentiate in the market is that long-term partnership of I'm not just filling a role. I'm your talent partner. I'm here to ensure that the hires you are getting are those true, I like to call 10x talent, where you're really getting the best person, not just that applied, but the best person in the world for you to fill your role. And we want to track that and be that long term partner. So I think that's a great point to bring up. Last thing, closing call to action. What do you want to leave the audience with? Anything that we missed in terms of critical things that people should know about you and Fox Talent Solutions?
I think really just the big thing is that hiring the right people is really the most important thing you can do and the most important investment you can make for your business. And a lot of people struggle with finding the right talent, and a lot of it comes down to the time and the resources and the expertise to do it. So, if any company is out there looking for talent or a better, more efficient hiring process, we're here to help. And we like to connect and help businesses transform their hiring strategies and elevate their teams. That's what we do.
Simple, straightforward, but very impactful. I appreciate it, Ali. Well, this was Copac's Dynamic Duo series where results are guaranteed. Thank you.
Thanks, Zach.